We are live for ITZR coverage of the Sim Auto Racing Association Pierce Trailer Service Super Series. Tonight, we bring you live coverage of it. 26 of the fastest open setup super late model racers on iRacing doing battle tonight, and the LaDuke-Matthews Racing 75 from the Milwaukee Mile. I am Jeff By Jr., joined by Bill Tomer in the broadcast booth. And Bill, this is something a little new for us, moving from the fixed setup world to the open setup, and there is a lot of fast drivers in this field right now.
Absolutely, Jeff. This is as exciting as it gets. I am super excited. I mean, here we are with SARA. This is the place to be if you're looking for open setup super late model racing. If you're looking for any kind of league, this is the best of the best. And man, I am so excited. The LaDuke-Matthews Racing 75 here at Milwaukee. I mean, this is it, man. This is like the Super Bowl of super late model racing open setup.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the highest series you can find on iRacing for open setup racing, and this is the best of the best. And even on their Wednesday night series, the Contender Series, it's 70, 80 drivers, almost 100 sometimes, trying to qualify their way into those races. It's absolutely insane, and just to make it to this series is quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, you have to qualify in through their Wednesday night series to get into this Thursday night series. This is an invite only series, so if you aren't doing well enough in that Wednesday night series, you can't even get in here. So they have 26 of the best super late model drivers on iRacing running every other Thursday night, and we're going to bring the last 6 rounds of their season starting tonight with this race here at Milwaukee. They already had qualifying, Jeff. They have a separate server that they do qualifying in, so we're about to line up this field, and you can go over really quickly how they do the lineup here. It's a little bit different than most of the places we're used to.
Well, Alex McCollum earned the Matthew Designs Pole Award tonight with a 28.426. He was just 1/1000th faster than Ryan Kuhn. They will shuffle the grid. The top 10 drivers will now be shuffled around based on their points positions. The amount of points per race that they earn will now shuffle them around throughout the top 10, and that's going to put Dylan Bates on the pole for tonight's race.
So Dylan Bates going to be your pole sitter in that number 91 machine tonight. And on the outside of him, I don't know if he's there. He is in the number 10. That's Cameron Hamilton.
Starting third tonight in the number 31 machine, it's Josh Cottle. On the outside of him in the other 32 car, that is Trevor Edwards.
Starting in the 5th position in the number 11, it's Jim Caudill Jr. And to his outside in the number 72, it's Ryan Kuhn.
Starting 7th tonight in the 33 is Brett Suggs. On the outside of him, the number 60, it's Parker Traves.
Starting 9th, 2 wins to his credit this season in this super late model series. And your quick qualifier tonight, it is Alex McCollum. And to his outside in the number 16, actually making the 116, it's Dustin Momberquette.
Starting 11th is the 33, Hugo Beckett. On the outside of him in the number 16 machine, it's Daniel Pope II.
Starting 13th, it is the number 18 machine of Nicholas Monroe, and to his outside, starting 14th in the number 24, it's Sean Cool.
Eric Tracy will roll off 15th with Justin Laxton and the number 53 car alongside.
Jason Ricker will roll off 17th in that 110 machine. Kyle Martinson will start 18th in the 07.
Spencer Dickinson will start 19th, the number 6 car. On the outside of him, the 17 of AJ Rogers. And Bill, we are going to get a short pace lap here as we still got some cars to announce. Kyle Meyer, Matt Rolfe, Mario Urcolani, Kyle Eli, Joe Schaefer, Kyle Souza. As we go green flag racing, Dylan Bates takes us to the green here in the LaDuke-Matthews 75.
Dylan Bates going to snag the top spot. We've already got a spinner. Ryan Kuhn sideways through 1 and 2. Kuhn sideways. I don't know if there was contact made on the 72 car. Not like him to spin that car out on his own.
Yeah, and that's a tough break because Ryan Kuhn was second fastest in qualifying, so they were obviously well prepared for tonight. Had a great setup underneath them, and it looks like the 11 of Caudill might have got a little sideways, washed up the racetrack trying to save that car, and Ryan Kuhn was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Take a look and see what happened. Pierce Fleet Service Super Series replay. We'll find out what happened to Ryan Kuhn as they went down into turn number 1. Oh, and you said it, Jeff. Looked like the 11 of Caudill got sideways going down into turn number 1. Just gets a little bit squirrely there and just gets into the 72 car. See if we can get a better look at it for you. See, there it is. Caudill just getting a little sideways, gets up into Ryan Kuhn. Maybe a tiny bit of net code there. You can see Kuhn going around. Ends up just barely catching a piece of the wall.
And the way they do their penalties here, the 11 of Jim Caudill, he immediately called that one out. He basically said, hey, that's my fault. I'm going to go to the rear of the field for that contact. So he will move to the rear of the field once the officials give him the signal to go, and they just did.
So see Caudill dropping down to the bottom of the racetrack in the number 11 machine. Going to drop to the back of the field for that caution. It's an interesting way they do penalties here over at the Sim Auto Racing Association, Jeff, with the admins actually racing in the races. It's kind of an honor system that they basically say, hey, if you take the penalty now, you won't be in danger of taking the penalty later when we take a look at the replay.
Yeah, absolutely, and it kind of puts it to the drivers to take responsibility for incidents, and if they don't, they might receive a penalty at the end of the race, and that's the worst time to get your penalty. A shout out to Jeff By on the In the Zone Facebook page, who just sent us 50 stars. He's cheering for Brett Suggs tonight. And remember, if you're watching either on the In the Zone page or with the Sim Auto Racing Association Facebook page, like and share the stream. Leave us a comment. Let us know who you're watching. I will be monitoring both streams tonight, and we will shout you out if we see your comment. Let us know who you're cheering for, even what team you might be cheering for. The LaDuke-Matthews team currently leading the team points, sponsoring this race here at Milwaukee, but that 16 XCI car, the 91, Dylan Bates, on the front row right now, and they're trying to make up a 4-point gap in those team points.
Pace car going to duck off. Lights are off on the pace car. You see him drop down into pit lane, and Dylan Bates waited a little bit on the outside. Caudill trying to go early. Had to check up a little bit. That's going to give Cameron Hamilton an opportunity to battle him down into turn number 1. They'll be side by side.
Caudill did not get a great restart there, and the 10 of Cameron Hamilton able to take advantage. Now Caudill will fall into the 3rd spot. Parker Traves currently running 4th. Trevor Edwards up into 5th. We got a battle between Brett Suggs and Dustin Mombarquette going on. Mombarquette on the outside, and the outside just not going to work very well here. As I say that, Brett Suggs got loose off turn 4, and that's going to open up the door for Alex McCollum. Here comes the 1 car.
Alex McCollum to the inside of Brett Suggs. Mombarquette going to win the battle with Suggs. Now here comes McCollum. He's going to try to go by as well. Tight racing through turns 1 and 2. McCollum will clear him down the back straightaway.
McCollum takes that spot, move him up into the 7th position. Brett Suggs back to 8th. You see Daniel Pope and the 16 machine running 9th behind him. That's Hugo Paquette in the number 33 car.
The field pretty strong out here, single file racing. Got a battle there about the middle of the field here. Looks like it's Justin Laxton going to try to make a move in the 53 machine. They'll go around Sean Cool. That's going to bring Kyle Martinson in the 07 as well. They'll be side by side down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Martinson now door to door with Sean Cool as they head down the back straightaway, and Cool's going to be looking for a place to fall in line. AJ Rogers is coming with a full head of steam in the 17 machine. Cool's not able to get to the bottom. Rogers is going to probably pull alongside of him coming off turn 4, not going to be able to do it. So Cool back into line, and now Eric Tracy is going to work underneath the 6 of Spencer Dickinson.
Eric Tracy trying to make the move in his machine. He'll make that pass in the 66 cars. Dickinson in the 6.
Alex McCollum just made a pass around Dustin Mombarquette for the 6th position. So move Alex McCollum up. Your quick qualifier started night tonight in this field, and he is already working his way forward, and that's a bad sign for the guys up front.
Absolutely. The winner of last week's race in Oxford. McCollum looking to double up tonight here at Milwaukee. Jeff, this one's going to go by quickly. We're already working lap number 9. We're going to be running 75 laps tonight. The LaDuke-Matthews 75 here at Milwaukee, but these guys stay green. This thing's going to move by pretty fast, and you see guys trying to already be on the move. They don't want time to run out as they try to wait for their tires to come in and their setups to come in for them.
Yeah, keeping an eye on Ryan Kuhn, who was spun a little bit earlier in the race. Actually, on the first lap, he is back up in the 20th position. So he is trying to work his way forward. Not a lot of time to waste for Ryan Kuhn. As you said, this is a quick race on this big speedway racetrack, and he needs to get moving if he wants any chance to get back to the front.
Josh Cottle peeking out, going to take a look underneath Cameron Hamilton for second place. They kind of got stacked up a little bit behind Dylan Bates there. Hamilton wasn't able to make the move. Cottle was. So he's going to go by him off of turn number 4. Here comes Parker Traves in the 60.
Parker Traves making a move for third, and Zach Oden was on the Facebook page cheering for Parker Traves, and look at the 60 go. He is trying to get back to the front here as Trevor Edwards now drives underneath the 10 of Hamilton. Now Trevor Edwards trying to take over the 4th spot.
We have a term for where Cameron Hamilton is right now. We call it the sucker hole. And you're on the outside. It's not the fast way around, and he's just trying to find a way down. But right now, a train of cars lined up inside of him, waiting to go by.
And you saw Hamilton wiggle there in the middle of 3 and 4, and that really killed his exit speed. Alex McCollum is going to drive by. Now Momberket's going to dive to the bottom, and he's going to try to get underneath the 10 machine. So Cameron Hamilton in a really bad spot right now. He needs to maybe slow up, try to get back in line behind Momberket, as Brett Suggs and Daniel Pope are lined up back there as well, and he finally does back in the line, but he fell all the way down to the 6th position.
Battle for your lead. Josh Cottle's underneath the 91 of Dylan Bates. They're going to battle side by side off of turn number 4. And Bates going to get really sideways on the high side. Almost loses that race car, saves it, and he'll fall into second place and move Josh Cottle to P1.
Well, that was a heck of a save from Dylan Bates. Obviously picked up the throttle a little too quickly there off turn 4 up in the marbles, and he had to make a big save there to hold on to it. He will maintain the 2nd position. Parker Traves running 3rd, Trevor Edwards 4th. Now Alex McCollum up into the 5th spot, and look at Alex is putting the pressure to Trevor Edwards already.
Alex McCollum on the move early in the number 1 machine, 13 laps down. And now Trevor Edwards going to peek the nose underneath Parker Traves. Parker Traves moved his car down to let him know he wasn't going to allow that move, so Edwards backed off.
Ryan Kuhn up into the 18th position. He just got around Jim Caudill and Eric Tracy. Now the 69 of Joe Schaefer. He's trying to make a move underneath Eric Tracy. He is looking for the 20th position as Tracy falls back.
Joe Schaefer in the 69, the green machine, able to make the pass on Eric Tracy. Most of these cars all running single file now. It's a racy group of drivers, Jeff, as they are doing there's a lot of moves happening here in Milwaukee. We see a lot of single file racing at this racetrack. A lot of these guys making passes.
Yeah, and I don't know if you just noticed that the weather's starting to change a little bit. It's getting cloudier, and that's going to affect the way these cars are set up. And it's going to come down to maybe who made the right setup call on what the weather was going to do, what it could be. And here comes the 60 of Parker Traves. He comes down to kind of defend from the 32 of Trevor Edwards. Edwards took a peek underneath the 60, not going to be close enough into 1. He's going to have to settle for that 4th position for the time being.
I think a group of cars are kind of getting stacked up behind Dylan Bates right now. I don't know if Bates is holding on to the tires, trying to hold off a little bit, or if he's just not that quick in the 91 machine. You can see Traves is right there, Edwards is there, McCollum, Momberket, they're all in line right behind that 91, and Cottle's getting away.
Justin in the Facebook chat said, did you know that Parker Traves is the Canadian National Legend Car Semi-Pro Champ? And we did know that. We know the Canadian Legend Cars have a big race coming up, and he's going to be a part of pretty soon.
Kyle Eli just made a move on AJ Rogers. That was for 16th spot, car number 21. And here comes Ryan Kuhn. Kuhn trying to rally back from his earlier spin. He's going to try to look underneath AJ Rogers as they head through 3 and 4.
Yeah, as you said, the field is starting to line up behind Dylan Bates and Trevor Edwards. He looks like he's got a little bit more speed right now than the guys in front of him. Just can't find a way past Parker Traves as Brett Suggs makes the move on Cameron Hamilton. Hamilton again to the outside line as Brett Suggs going to take that spot away. That is a battle for the 7th position.
You also got a battle right in front of them. Trevor Edwards looking under Dylan Bates. He's made the move after Parker Traves made the move. So now Bates is in the sucker hole as he's to the outside. Here comes Alex McCollum. Here comes Momberket.
Bates and McCollum get together off turn 4, a little contact. Here comes Momberket. He's going to try to take advantage of that, and Alex McCollum, he really kind of got hit there by the 91, and that really slowed the progress from McCollum.
Tight racing off of turn number 4. That caused McCollum to go up the racetrack, and now Momberket's on the bottom. Momberket trying to make this move on McCollum. Here comes Brett Suggs in the 33. Great racing up front.
Suggs took a peek underneath the 16 of Momberket, thought better of the 3 wide situation there as McCollum now still stuck on the outside. Trevor Edwards in front of him. He's trying to put the pressure on Parker Traves for the 2nd position. Traves not able to get away from the 32 now that he's gotten to clear traffic. And right now, really, things are getting racy now as Cameron Hamilton trying to take a peek under Alex McCollum.
Hamilton going to try to make the move on McCollum. McCollum was on the move and got caught on the outside after battling with Bates. And now he's on his way backwards. Here comes Daniel Pope in the 16. Hugo Paquette in the 33's there as well.
Yeah, Pope going to move past McCollum. Now here comes Hugo Paquette in the 33 machine. The bleeding just doesn't stop for McCollum right now as he pulls down in line. He just shut the door on the 33.
So McCollum able to find his way back in line, but he's fallen all the way back to the 9th position. So McCollum with a lot of work to do after winning last week at Oxford. But at least for now, he has stopped the bleeding.
Trevor Edwards has gotten around Parker Traves as he makes the move into turn 3. Traves is going to let him go, fall back in line, and try to chase this 32 machine for a bit. Dustin Monberquette making the move on Dylan Bates into turn 1. Bates not going to be able to defend that one, and Monberquette's going to clear the 91, move him up into the 4th position.
Dylan Bates able to drop down in front of Brett Suggs, so he will be able to defend the position for the moment. But move Dustin Monberquette up to the 4th spot. So he's trying to make his way forward, and the 16 car looking good tonight.
This track is getting very, very racy as this is going on here. We're about a third of the way into this one, and about 2 more laps will be about a third of the way into this one. And nobody wasted any time right now. These drivers that are trying to get to the front, like Dustin Monberquette, he started 10th tonight. He's already up to 4th, and these guys are wasting no time trying to get to the front of this field.
Nick Moreau just had a moment in the middle of the field, Jeff. He's running 12th position in front of Spencer Dickinson. He just got sideways through turns 1 and 2. Actually smoked the tires on that car. He was so sideways in the corner and was able to save it and kind of stack the cars up behind him. So now here comes Dickinson to the inside. Here comes Kyle Eli. He's going to try to make the move on Kyle Martinson. Lots of Kyles going on back there.
Yeah, Nick's still way up the racetrack there in middle 1 and 2, and that's going to allow the 6 of Dickinson to start to pull ahead of him. Kyle Eli in the number 21 machine is coming. Here comes the 72, Orion Kuhn as well, working the inside line, and he's trying to race his way back to the front. He is picking off cars.
You can see Nick Moreau is just really loose in that 18 car, just sliding that car all over the place. Probably got the right rear pretty hot, of course, after smoking it through 1 and 2. But it just hasn't come back for him. As you can see him just sliding that 18 car all the way around the racetrack.
Yeah, sometimes it's almost like you just need a caution period to cool the right rear off. It's just hard to get it back once you slide the tires too much. And right now, Nick's kind of paying the price for it as the 11 of Jim Cadill goes around him. And this is going to be back for about the 16th position. Here comes the 69 of Joe Schaefer, and Nick Moreau just is really struggling right now.
Joe Schaefer able to make that move. Here comes Kyle Martinson, and he's going to make the move as well on the bottom. Nick Moreau will have a chance to get down if he wants to. That's Sean Gould in 24 that's right behind this group. Oh, and Moreau into the wall.
Trouble for Moreau there down the back straightaway as Alex McCollum is taking a peek underneath the 33 of Brett Suggs. He had a great run down the back straightaway. Suggs moved down the line to try to defend, and that made McCollum back out of it. But the one machine really on the prowl right now, trying to move forward. He had just gotten around Cameron Hamilton, moved back into the 7th position, and Suggs up the racetrack down the back straightaway once again.
Here comes Alex McCollum to the inside down the back straightaway. Will he have the position? He will. He gets to the left rear tire. Inside move by Alex McCollum. That'll put McCollum up into the 6th position as he's rallying back from his trip back to the 9th spot. It looks like he's probably going to tow Cameron Hamilton here.
Hamilton going to try to drive underneath the 33 of Suggs as well through turns 1 and 2. Now the 10 car has that inside position, and Hamilton going to try to take away the 8th spot from Brett Suggs. 7th spot, rather. If you're wondering about what's going on up front, Trevor Edwards is trying to chase down Josh Caudill. Caudill had a 8/10 of a second lead just a few laps ago. Edwards has cut that down to about half a second. So he is gaining on the 31 machine of Josh Caudill, but it's taken some time for Trevor Edwards to gain on him.
Inside Trevor Edwards right now, you can see the gap between the two drivers. You can see how they drive these race cars. Watch the hands of the 32 car. He's turning left now, but no more. We're going to turn right for a while as they come off the corner.
Caution is out here on lap 29 of this one. And I'm looking through the field to see if I see what might have came out. It looks like the 7 of Kyle Souza is spun on the back straightaway. He's going to get that car turned around and rejoin.
Take a look and see what happened to Kyle. I think this just might be a An all by myself moment in the 7 car.
Yeah, it looked like Kyle got a little pushy loose, and that's where the car doesn't want to turn on corner exit. And you've got so much will into it, trying to keep it off the wall, that suddenly it just snaps the other way. And
Yeah.
That's looked like what happened for Kyle Souza there.
He did do an outstanding job to keep that car from contacting anything, the outside wall or the inside wall, because you could see it snap on him there. See if we can get another view of that for everyone here at home. Like you said, here it is. The car starts to walk up the racetrack. He snaps it back to the left. Then it gets loose, and it started to go hard towards the inside wall, and he was able to turn it back the other way and not hit anything. Not really put the other cars in danger either, so good job by Kyle Souza there to make sure that didn't turn into something bigger.
Yeah, Souza now going to hit pit road, try to make some adjustments to that car. They are not allowed to take tires in this race, but they can come down pit road, try to adjust the balance, and there are some setup options they can do with the wedge and track bar to try to adjust this car a little bit, maybe try to fix that issue that he had there on corner exit. I saw him, like Matt Rolfe in the 0 car came down pit road as well to maybe do some adjustments. So the running order as they run on lap 31 here under caution: Josh Cottle, Trevor Edwards, Parker Traves, Dustin Monberquette, Dylan Bates, your top 5. Alex McCollum currently running 6. Brett Suggs, Daniel Pope, Cameron Hamilton, Hugo Paquette, your top 10. Justin Laxton, Spencer Dickinson, Kyle Eli, Ryan Kuhn, and Jim Caudill running 15th. Joe Schaefer currently running 16th. Kyle Martinson, Sean Cool, Kyle Meyer, and AJ Rogers round out the top 20. And Bill, we still got 26 cars running, still 26 on the lead lap. So great field. Not a lot of attrition so far. It's just the second yellow of this race.
It's been great racing so far as well, as these guys have been really putting on some battles. Guys getting caught on the outside, getting back to the bottom. It's been pretty fun to watch so far.
Yeah, great racing throughout the field right now. Is watching some of these big movers coming forward, like Parker Trey started 8th, Dustin Monberquette started 10th. And here we go. Pace car going to move off the racetrack. And Cottle, those names are so close together. Josh Cottle going to lead them back to the green flag. And we are green flag racing once again for the LaDuke-Matthews 75.
Cottle able to jump out front. Parker Trey's going to take a shot to the inside as he's going to try to look to the inside of Trevor Edwards. That's going to be a battle for second. Here comes Dustin Monberquette in the 116. And Alex McCollum on the outside is going to try to go around Dylan Bates.
Parker Traves trying to take that second spot back from Trevor Edwards. Edwards had gotten around the 60 on that green flag run, and now Parker Traves going to try to use this restart to his advantage. Can he get back around the 32 machine? They are side by side once again down the front straightaway, and Edwards going to shut the door on Traves. Made him kind of hit the brakes there going into turn 1.
Edwards was able to chop and get in front of the 60 car, so he will hold in second place for the moment. These cars kind of all over the place right now. Close racing as we just got that restart. Now these guys trying to move forward when they have an opportunity.
Dylan Bates running the outside of the 91 machine of Brett Suggs in the 33. Suggs going to finally clear the 91 off turn 4. Here comes Daniel Pope, the 16 machine, trying to move forward as well. He's got the inside position now on Bates.
So Pope to the inside of the 16, and Bates having a little trouble there. They'll almost door each other going through turns 1 and 2. Those are teammates. Don't want to see that happen.
Those are the 16 XCI cars trying to get to the front of the field because they've got a 4-point disadvantage to the LaDuke-Matthews team that's currently led by the 1 machine of Alex McCollum.
Saw Pope slide up through 3 and 4 there. That almost gave Cameron Hamilton the opportunity to try to peek under the 16 car. Couldn't do it. And then Hamilton got a challenge from Dylan Bates, who drove around the outside, but now Hamilton's going to clear him. That's a battle for 8th.
Dylan Bates has found a spot in line back in the 9th position, right in front of Hugo Paquette. Justin Laxton currently running 11th. Ryan Kuhn back into the 12th position. He is really picking off cars here and needed that yellow to bunch the field back up, and now he's starting his drive back to the front.
See him. He's in a hornet's nest here, so there's a lot of cars really tight. Like you said, he's right behind Justin Laxton. Kyle Eli's in this battle as well. Hugo Paquette. racing throughout the field.
And it's getting tight up front as well, as Cottle has his lead has started to evaporate as Trevor Edwards is gaining quickly on the 31 machine. Edwards is braiding Parker Traves and Dustin Monmarquette with him, and Alex McCollum. So we're about to have about a 5-car race for the lead here.
Yeah, Brett Suggs isn't far behind as well. So we head down to turn number 3. Everybody just kind of feeling it out right now, Jeff, as we just crossed over halfway. This one going by pretty quickly as these guys turning quick laps here in Milwaukee.
Parker Traves was big time sideways coming off turn 4, made a great save, and that's going to put him under attack from Dustin Monmarquette. As the 116 started to look inside the 60 machine, and you can see the gap that Parker Traves kind of lost there to the 32 of Trevor Edwards. That really slowed down the momentum of the 60, and he's still in defensive mode right now, trying to keep that 16 at bay.
Yeah, Monmarquette looked to the inside there into turn number 3, couldn't make the move, so he backed off. Alex McCollum cut him a break. That brought Brett Suggs into the picture, but now Brett Suggs into the outside wall as they came off of turn number 4.
Yeah, Suggs just pushed that exit a little too hard, caught the wall down the front straightaway. That's going to slow his momentum a little bit as Daniel Pope is trying to chase him down. And this field is just single file throughout, as Ryan Kuhn has actually gotten around the 53 of Justin Laxton. So move Kuhn now up into the 11th spot.
Parker Traves battle with Monmarquette heating up once again. Here comes Monmarquette to the inside. He's taking a look underneath Parker Traves. Will Traves be able to shut the door? He won't. So Monmarquette will be to the inside heading through turns 1 and 2. That should give him the spot. That'll be a battle for third.
Monmarquette going to try to take that position away from Traves as they head down the back straightaway. Now, the question is, Alex McCollum, is he going to be able to get there? And he does. He's able to drive inside the 60 of Parker Traves. Traves not able to get down in line, and that's going to cost him 2 spots there.
Traves backed off hard to make sure he could get back in line behind Alex McCollum. Now Brett Suggs is there as well. He just ran into the outside wall a couple laps ago, and now not a whole lot of damage on that 33 machine, but he's putting pressure on Parker Traves.
Yeah, it looked like it was a minor tap into the outside wall. Certainly don't want to do that too often, as it really killed his momentum, but I think the car is going to be okay for Brett Suggs as he's trying to put the pressure on Parker Traves for that 5th position. Trevor Edwards has caught Josh Cottle, and he is really all over the mirror of that 31 machine right now.
Yeah, battle for your lead as Trevor Edwards is there in the 32 car. Cottle doing his best to hold him off, but it is a long time that he'll have to do so as we still have 32 laps remaining in this event.
And they have about 0.7 of a second back to Dustin Monmarquette, who we'll keep an eye on the lap times, but it looks like Monmarquette and Alex McCollum are starting to gain on this front battle as well. So Trevor Edwards, if he's not able to get around Cottle soon, he's going to have some company coming.
Battle happening for the 9th spot, Jeff. We have Hugo Piquet moving past Cameron Hamilton in the 10 car. Hugo in the 33 and in 9th. Here comes Ryan Kuhn in the 72, still rallying from that early race spin. Oh, and Cameron Hamilton in the wall in the 10, so that's going to break his momentum. Here comes Justin Laxton in the 53 and Jim Caudell Jr. in the 11.
Joe Schaefer back there as well in the 69 machine, and he's going to try to get to the bottom. Hamilton tried to make the move to the bottom, and the 69 was coming with a full head of steam, and he had to think better of it there off turn 4, and that's going to drop Hamilton all the way back to 14th.
You really don't want to come off the bottom here. It is brutal. Once you get off, it's like you drop anchor and you just slide backwards. We've seen a lot of guys just get rooted up off the bottom, and then they just slide back however many cars are in line, and they just can't get down.
Well, that second group right now with Dustin Monmarquette and Alex McCollum, they were the fastest cars on the racetrack last time by, and this lap as well, they were fast, about a 10th up on the leader. So Monmarquette, he is reeling in Trevor Edwards and Josh Cottle, your race leader. Cottle trying to hold the 32 at bay, and I think Trevor Edwards might be looking in his mirror thinking, you know, I'd really like to get around this 31 and set sail right now.
Yeah, he can see the 16 or the 116 car growing larger in his mirror, so he knows he has to get by Josh Cottle as fast as he possibly can. I mean, every single one of these guys is watching their relative there, Jeff, so they can see how close the cars behind them are. He knows they're catching him, so he's going to do everything he possibly can to challenge Josh Cottle. That just shows you how fast Cottle is right now. Edwards just can't get to the back bumper.
We got a 3 wide going into turn 3 as the 11 and the 53 get together. Joe Schaefer's collected. Spencer Dickinson collected. and it looked like Cadil and the 53 got together. That's Justin Laxton in the 53 machine, and they were 3 wide down the back straightaway, and nobody gave there.
I think we just saw Caudill let Justin Laxton know that he was not happy with him. We'll take a look at this. This battle was happening as Hugo Paquette was up the racetrack. Here's the 1 and 2. There's Laxton in the 53, Caudill in the 11. Paquette was up high, so Laxton goes to make the move. They almost make contact. Now Caudill's going to try to make this move down the back straightaway. Well, you make the call on that. We don't have to, Jeff. We just saw what happened there.
Yeah, that is a close call, and I understand Jim is a little upset there with Justin Laxton, but I don't know if it's completely the 53's fault. I mean, he didn't give a lot of room, but he also was working his way towards the bottom, and just some give and take there could have changed things for everybody, especially the 69 to Joe Schaefer, who just is the absolute victim in that one.
And Spencer Dickinson as well in the
Dickinson
6.
Dickinson just nowhere to go.
I mean, and I'll be the I'll argue the other point, Jeff. The 11 definitely had the run, and he definitely gets to the left rear quarter panel, probably the left rear tire, and the 53 just kind of shades down the track at him. It's racing. That's what happens.
Yeah, 3 wide racing and speedway racing. This is, once you have that momentum, you don't want to give it up because it's so difficult to pass in these cars. It takes a mistake, and finally the 53 had a moment where he was off the pace a little bit. The 11 had a run, and you just don't want to give up those chances when you have them. And unfortunately, it ends sometimes like that.
Let's take a moment to shout out the other sponsors here at the Sim Auto Racing Association. We have the International Short Track Association as the sponsor for the Clean Driver Award here in the Super Series. Also Toxic Media Solutions. They're the sponsor for the Team Hard Charger Award. I'm not sure how they tabulate that, Jeff, but that sounds like a lot of math.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, we saw Alex McCollum pick up the Matthews Design Pole Award, and then a shout out to Pierce Fleet Service, who is the primary sponsor here on Thursday nights of the Super Series, located in Weldon, North Carolina. And they have over 80 years of combined mechanic experience and extensive part inventory, supplier network servicing all major brands and trailers. So if you're in that North Carolina area, need some work done on your commercial trailers or even personal trailers, check them out at piercefleet.com. Bill, we are double filed, ready to go back to green flag racing.
And this one getting long in the tooth, Jeff. About 25 laps remaining in this event. Maybe a few less.
Yeah, and I don't know if Cottle necessarily wanted to see that caution because that brought those 2 fastest cars on the racetrack right to his back bumper. As we go green flag once again, Cottle got a fantastic restart. Trevor Edwards will be clear into turn 1. Now it's a battle for third between Alex McCollum and Dustin Marquette, and McCollum's going to run that outside line. He's going to try to see if he can clear the 116, but that's going to be a tough ask.
Down the back straightaway, Marquette's to the inside. Alex McCollum to the outside. Parker Traves looking on. They're going to be side-by-side down into turn numbers 3 and 4. Daniel Pope, Dylan Bates. They were side-by-side. Bates will win that, or I'm sorry, Pope will win that battle.
McCollum in the wall off turn 4. He's going to get in line right in front of Parker Traves, but he did catch the wall coming off turn 4, slowed down the number 1 machine. During that restart, Ryan Kuhn was able to get around the 91 of Dylan Bates, so move Kuhn up to the 8th position. McCollum tucked right up to the back bumper of the 116 of Marquette. He's going to take a peek down the front straightaway. Not close enough, so he's going to fall into line for the time being. But everybody's starting to really put the pressure on every single driver in front of them. And I saw look like the 7 of Kyle Souza just made a pass on Mario Urcolani, so he's going to move up into the 21st position. Bill, this is starting to look like one of those super speedway races where everybody is just lined up nose to tail right now behind your leader, Josh Cottle.
Absolutely. Josh Cottle doing a fantastic job out front. He is hanging on to that lead. Like you said, everybody lined up behind him, but it's not like he's holding them up. It's just that everybody's just about the same speed.
Yeah, very, very equal throughout the whole field right now, and that's going to make it very tough to pass. You know, you're not seeing a lot of passing because it's so difficult to get a run on somebody when you're all so equal in speed, and you're seeing it right now. And look like Dylan Bates just got a run underneath the 16 of Daniel Pope. He's going to take that spot away and kind of hand his teammate on the outside. That's going to allow Cameron Hamilton to drive by as well.
Hamilton takes the position, move up to 9th, Pope back to 10. Here's Kyle Martinson in the 07. He's running 11th, and Hugo Paquette 12th. Jump back to your leader. Cottle still pulling the train around. It's now Cameron Hamilton he's putting the show on right now. Dylan Bates into the wall hard on the front straightaway, stopped to the 91 car.
And here comes Kyle Martinson. Martinson in the 07. He's going to crack into the top 10 now. We haven't really seen much of the 07 tonight, but he's come to life here in the final stages of this race. Bates struggling.
I talked to Kyle Martinson before the race, and he thought he'd run about 15th. He got a 3 wide down the back straightaway. It's Nick Moreau. He's been able to rally a little bit in that 18 car. We saw how loose he was earlier. Kyle Eli in the 21.
Here we go into turn 1. Alex McCollum takes a peek underneath Monberquette, not able to get there, and he caught that inside curve, kind of upset the car, and it's going to drop him back from the 116. So all that time he'd gained on Monberquette, got to his rear bumper, and unfortunately tries to make the pass. It doesn't work out, and now he's going to work his way all the way back to the 116.
Cottle, that car just looks planted, Jeff. Watched a lot of cars get sideways off the corner, but Cottle, for the most part, not making a misstep in that 31 machine. Able to hold the lead. You can see he diamonds the corners just a little bit, sneaks out a little bit higher, and then gets a great run down the straightaways. But like I said, that car's just not stepping out.
Yeah, and it's got great drive off, and I'm seeing a lot of the guys behind him that are really struggling to keep it off the wall coming off the corner. And I don't know if that's a situation of like an aero tight where they're losing the front end behind him, but that car just seems to really drive off the corner really well as McCollum takes another look underneath Monberquette into 1, not going to be able to get there in time. And I think McCollum is a little bit faster, but again, they're so equal, it's hard to pull alongside somebody on a 1 mile racetrack like this.
We just saw Brett Suggs and Ryan Kuhn. Ryan Kuhn has made his way all the way back, Jeff. Here he is in 7th spot. So he's driven all the way back through the field in the 72.
Yeah, heck of a drive.
Trailing this group.
Heck of a drive from Ryan Kuhn to get back up to the front of the field after getting spun on lap 1 of this race. And he has done a fantastic job to get himself back in the battle here. And he's got about 15 laps to battle here in the front of this field and maybe try to pick up a win if he can.
So there's about 7 cars that have broken away. They're also towing Cameron Hamilton in the 10, and then there's a gap back to the 9th place running car, Daniel Pope. So as it stands, with about 15 laps remaining in this race, those top 7 are going to top 8. Make it top 8 will give Cameron Hamilton a nod as well. Those top 8 are going to settle this race.
I'm starting to see a little bit more pushing and shoving as Alex McCollum has kind of started to put the bumper to Monberquette now through 3 and 4 and really kind of shoving that 116 off the corner. I don't know if he's trying to help him get a run on the 32 or if he's just trying to move him out of the way, but you're going to see it coming off turn 4. He gets right to the back bumper, kind of gives him a little shot and sends that 116 on his way.
Dylan Bates going to look underneath the 188 of Kyle Meyer. We haven't talked about Kyle all night long. He's doing a great job in the middle of this field right now as he's running 14th. Dylan Bates going to try to take it away from him. Right behind them, you've got Jason Ricker at that 110. Ricker's going to look to the inside of Kyle Meyer as well. That's going to be a battle for 15th.
Fantastic racing throughout this entire field as Cottle still leads Trevor Edwards. Behind them, Dustin Monberquette, Alex McCollum, Parker Traves. Then you've got Brett Suggs, Ryan Kuhn, Cameron Hamilton. And then a little bit of a gap back to Daniel Pope running 9th, Kyle Martinson running 10th, Hugo Paquette 11th, Nick Moreau back up into the 12th position. We saw Nick fade early or in the middle of this race, and he is starting to claw his way back forward as well in that 18 machine. So, Bill, right now, as they run, Alex McCollum, your points leader, would extend his points lead slightly over Ryan Kuhn. It was a 12-point advantage coming into tonight. It could have been a lot worse for Ryan getting spun on lap 1. He has really limited the damage of that by racing his way all the way back up into the 7th position. But you got to think he's watching that one car right now thinking, I'd really like to gain some points on him tonight.
Absolutely. As now Trevor Edwards starting to fall back from Josh Cottle. Cottle's starting to gap the 32 just a little bit. I wonder if Trevor's giving everything he's got. So now he's starting to lose touch with the 31. It's about a car length now. Trevor had been right there on the back bumper, but hadn't been able to make the move. And I talked about it, Jeff. I wonder if he was just able to hang on. And now 32 car is just starting to give up a little bit. As now Dustin Monberquette starting to put pressure on the second place running car.
Well, we've kind of touched on it before with the changing weather, and you're seeing it a lot. You can kind of see the cloud cover start to change the way the cars look, and now the sun's coming back out, and that really affects the setups, especially in these open setup races. A little weather change can really change the setup completely, and that could be an issue that some of these guys are going through. Maybe they have a cloudy setup, maybe they have a warm weather setup, and as this weather keeps changing, it changes how the car drives for them.
Actually, one of the fun things about the iRacing service is the weather does change. Ooh, and Alex McCollum going to give Monberquette a shot. As Monberquette got right to the bumper of Trevor Edwards through 1 and 2 and had to check up just a little bit, and Alex did not. He gave the 16 of Monberquette a shot. Could have been worse, but it definitely got the 116 a little bit squirrely.
Yeah, and right now, Josh Cottle would love to see these guys start battling for second behind him. That would allow him to try to pull away from this group, and right now, Trevor Edwards doesn't seem to have the speed to be able to put the pressure on Cottle right now. The guys behind him, they do look a little bit faster, but they are just kind of stuck in line right now behind this 32 machine. As long as Trevor Edwards doesn't make any serious mistakes, it's going to be difficult to get a run on him.
Can't say enough about Josh Cottle, Jeff, as he's been fantastic all race long. Now, not so much pressure on the back bumper of the 31 machine as Trevor Edwards dealing with his own problems, and that problem is Dustin Monberquette.
Yeah, Alex McCollum behind him. Parker Traves has started to line up right behind McCollum as well. This whole top 8 has really come together and really pulled themselves close to one another. Now they're all nose to tail, and Bill, they're coming around to see 6 to go this time. You got to think there's no time to waste now. It's time to make your move and get around somebody, as Brett Suggs going to make the move on Parker Traves off turn 4.
Suggs is that guy as he looks to the inside, can't make the move. Traves shutting the door, kind of. And now here comes Brett Suggs. He's going to put the left side tires on the rumble strips on the bottom, and they'll be side by side down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Suggs has the run there on the 60 machine. Traves on the outside, and I can open up the door for Ryan Kuhn as well to try to gain a position. And Traves, the first guy to get caught on the outside, and that typically means you're going to the end of the train.
Lucky for him, the train isn't very long because there's only 3 cars behind him. Like that 2 as Brett Suggs is in front of him that lap. Now you got Ryan Kuhn underneath him as well. Here comes Cameron Hamilton.
Ryan Kuhn underneath the 60 of Parker Traves as they now battle for the 7th position. Actually make that the 6th position. Kuhn going to try to take that spot away. Traves still hanging tough on the outside, and I think he's going to get a gap here to get down in front of the 10 machine.
Cameron Hamilton not able to hang on right there, so the Parker Traves back to 7th. Back up front, it's just a train of cars as Josh Cottle still has that 1 car length gap on the rest of the field. You still got, it's the exact same way, Dustin Monberquette trying to put pressure on Trevor Edwards and just can't get by.
Yeah, I saw the 32 last time off turn 2. It just looks so tight coming off the corner. And again, off turn 4, that machine just looks so tight. He's just having a hard time driving off the corner. He's still doing a fantastic job to keep Monberquette at bay behind him, but you got to think that 32 machine, the right front tire, is starting to fade right now on him.
My guess, Jeff, that Josh Cottle has a smile on his face right now.
Yeah, that lead is opening up. It's now a couple car lengths for Cottle, and that's got to take some pressure off. Now he just has to focus on what's out front of him, just kind of drive a clean line, get that car into the corner the way he needs to, and right now he's kind of driving away from the field. Monberquette all over Trevor Edwards, but again, coming off the corner, he almost had to back off the throttle a little bit, keep from hitting the 32, and that's just enough to kill his run. It's just very, very difficult. As long as that 32 stays pinned to the yellow line off the corner, it's really hard for Monberquette to set anything up here.
And the White flag is in the air. Barney giving us the white flag in the LaDuke-Matthews 75 is Cottle opening up the lead through 1 and 2. Trevor Edwards trying to hold off Monberquette, McCollum. Right now, it's Josh Cottle out front as he's the man to beat with a big lead.
Cottle out front, nobody even close as Trevor Edwards still has that pressure from Dustin Monberquette. And off turn 4, Cottle's going to see the checkered flag. He is going to win the LaDuke-Matthews 75 here at the Sim Auto Racing Association as the battle is on for second. And it looked like Trevor Edwards held on for second place.
Wow. Wow, Josh Cottle had him covered in the 31 car. What a drive by Josh. We've seen him a lot this season, Jeff, and that is just a fantastic run by the 31 driver.
Yeah, great job for Josh tonight, and that is his first win of this season and in the Super Series, and a really fantastic race all around from everybody. As we look through the field, Trevor Edwards, Dustin Monberquette, Alex McCollum, Brett Suggs, your top 5. Ryan Kuhn finished 6th, Parker Traves 7th, Cameron Hamilton 8th, Daniel Pope 9th, and Kyle Martinson came home in the top 10. Looking further through the field, Nick Moreau finished 11th, Kyle Eli 12th, Hugo Paquette, Dylan Bates, and Jason Ricker, your top 15. Eric Tracy came home 16th, followed by Sean Cool, AJ Rogers, Justin Laxton, and Mario Urkalani. Spencer Dickinson finished 21st, Matt Rolfe 22nd, Kyle Meyer 23rd, Kyle Souza 24th, Joe Schaefer Jr. 25th, and Jim Cuddill Jr. finished tonight 26th position.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great racing throughout the field. Those guys put on a show, and that was fun, man. That was really, really good racing at the Milwaukee Mile. This track can be like you said, it's a super speedway for the most part for these super late models, and it sometimes it can be a little bit of a snoozer, but those guys definitely put on a show tonight. A lot of passing, a lot of racing throughout the field.
Well, Bill, we got a chance to talk to our race winner tonight, Josh Cottle, joining us. Well, your first win of the season in the Super Series. That's going to feel good. That is tough competition out there, and you scored the victory tonight against an absolute stacked field of 26 racers.
Let's go. I'm so hyped, man. Oh, that thing was a rocket ship. Trevor and Barbecue, man, they helped me so much this race. This was amazing.
Well, Josh, we were watching your race all night long. Obviously, you were out front and doing just a great job. And that car just did not take a misstep. You were just perfect all night. We were talking about all the other cars getting a little sideways off the corner. That car was planned and it had so much drive. Did it feel like it was just fun to drive and really, kind of easy?
Felt like a dream. That's what it felt like. It was really easy to drive. Like, I had no problem with the wheel spin. It turned. It got a little tight there at the end, but I think it was just 70 laps on these tires. It's going to happen.
Well, you were talking throughout that race about the weather kept changing a little bit. There was some cloud cover, then there was some sun. Did that affect anything at all for you with your setup as you went through this race tonight?
Honestly, I didn't really feel anything. Like, it drove the exact same for like almost the entire race. It felt amazing. I don't know. I didn't really feel much of a difference.
Well, Josh, we've talked to you over in the zone racing, the super late model series over there. But tell us what it means, and tell us how much time goes into putting setups together for this Sim Auto Racing Super Series. Tell Association, excuse me, SARA, the Super Series. But tell us how long it takes to put something like this together, and what it means to you to win here.
It feels really, really special. Trevor and them have been helping me like a lot the past couple weeks, and they really showed off right there. We put probably thousands of laps in these setups, and for me to be able to win is really special. I really want to thank those guys a lot for all they've done for me.
Well, Josh, before we let you go celebrate that win, we know there's some other people you probably want to thank, a lot of sponsors on the car and names you got to shout out. So we're going to give you a moment here to do so.
First of all, I want to shout out y'all. I mean, I get the win. I won the first race sale broadcast. How awesome is that? I can't even win the ITZR series, but I can win this one. Let's go. I just want to thank y'all. I mean, this is awesome. Thank SARA, Matt, all this league. Y'all, ITZR in this league are definitely my favorite leagues to run by far, and how special it is to for my first season I get a victory. Thank you to Trevor, Dustin, obviously all the work that you've done for me over the seasons, and how much better we got. We got a 1-2-3 and a or 1-2-3-5. I mean, how awesome! I'm a little I'm a little shaken up right now. I ain't gonna lie. So, but I'm very happy with this.
Well, Josh, we know it means a lot to you, man, and congratulations. You go celebrate with your teammates, go celebrate with your friends, and great job, man. We're really happy for you, and we were happy to broadcast your first win.
Thank y'all.
Well, now our second place finisher, Trevor Edwards, going to join us in the broadcast booth. And Trevor, you look like you had a lot of speed early. You were able to chase down Josh during those green flag runs. And then towards the end there, it seemed like maybe the car just kind of went away, got a little tight. What was going on there at the final stages of that race?
Yeah, we were both on the same setup, so I mean, that was kind of just driver, I think. We were really good short run, it seemed like, and then Dustin was on just a little bit different variation that he had made. Him and Brett were, and they were really good long run. So we got to find something medium for the contender guys. But man, 4 cars in the top 5, I don't even know what to say, to be honest with you. But really proud of Dustin and Jinx, of Josh. They built a setup this week, and they absolutely killed it.
You guys are all running clearly as a team, right? So, was there at any point any thought of you trying to make the move on Josh? Were you thinking maybe I want to get this win, or were you just content to ride and just know that where the whole team is basically sitting?
Early on in the race, when I think we had about a second, 1.2 second lead over Trade, I started running them down. And I was like, man, I can get around him here. But I wasn't sure how much faster I was. And then about the time that I started getting to where I knew I could probably pass him off of 4 is where I thought I was going to make my move. We had a caution. So it kind of jumped it all back up. And in that scenario, we don't do countdowns if we're like top 3 because it's just going to make it a mess. So then we just kind of got single filed out. And we were so even from there to the end. Like, Dustin cut me a break. He was a lot faster than me. But he knew I was racing for points. He's not racing for points. So that was kind of, we were good for the team. Like, I told Jinx with probably like 15 to go, hey, no pressure. Just go win. Like, just keep running laps. We're fine.
Well, Trevor, I got to wonder because this is unlike a lot of the tracks that you guys race on. This is almost like speedway racing here. And I got to wonder when it comes to the setup, do you have a lot of information to work on? Is there much that carries over from the other tracks to this kind of track? Or do you guys just have to start fresh for a place like this?
This is the complete opposite of what we've ran all season, I believe. But I mean, hopefully, I think we got in the wind tunnel right after McCollum left when we got his data from a couple weeks ago because this thing was flying.
Well, Josh had a lot of good things to say about it as well. But tell us, we asked Josh, and I think Josh is almost speechless at this point. We've talked to him before, and he is just so excited. Good for him, right? But tell us what it means for you guys to do as well as your team did tonight for him, for you, and how much effort goes into this, so people know. I mean, it is a big deal.
Dude, me and Jinx were on a team together a really long time ago, and then we kind of went our separate ways. We still stayed friends, and then right before Oxford, we joined back up. He came over to my team, him and Spencer Dickinson, and we didn't really work a whole lot that week together. Like, we did, but we didn't have enough time. This one was a full-fledged, all of us pushing in the same direction, and it shows like how good we were tonight. But yeah, me, Dustin, Brett, Josh, and Spike were all like, there was a couple of nights I didn't get to put as much effort into this one as I wish I could have. Dustin and Jinx kind of carried the boat, but there was a couple of nights I stayed up till 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then got up a couple hours, went to work just to run laps with these boys. And like I said, like the last test session I got in on Tuesday, I jumped in and we ran for about an hour and 15 minutes or something till about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and like I just didn't change anything. I was like, dude, I really don't know what to do. Everything I changed is making it go slower. So all the credit this week goes to Jinx, Josh Cottle, and Dustin Barbecue. Mummercat.
All right, Trevor. Thanks so much for talking to us. Before we let you go, we do want to ask you if there's anybody you want to shout out. I see some names on the hood and all over the side of that car. So we're going to give you a minute here to kind of let us know who you got to thank before you leave.
I just got to thank McConey Setup Shop, man. There's some really good news. If you haven't checked that out, go jump in his Discord. Some good news about some big investments coming his way. So that shop is about to get even bigger than what it is now. Dusty Pete's came on in the off season. That's Dustin Sorber's collectible company. Go check them out. And then Abruzzi, the best gloves in sim racing by far. Everyone should own a pair of those. And if you don't like them, I'd buy them back from you because that's how confident I am that you'd love them.
Well, that's quite the guarantee coming from Trevor Evers right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get
Yeah.
me some just in case Trevor will buy them for me. But
I'm telling you, man, they are the best gloves I've ever had in my life.
well, Trevor, congratulations, man. I know you guys have a lot of celebrating to do tonight. A lot of virtual high fives to give, right? So enjoy it tonight and congratulations.
Thanks. And thank you guys for coming on and broadcasting the last 6 races. It's going to be awesome.
Thanks, Trevor. We appreciate it, and we can't wait to see some more action there. You guys definitely showed a lot of speed tonight, and we can't wait to see how that kind of momentum carries on for the rest of the year.
Hopefully, wherever y'all race on Monday will be just as good. So we'll see how it goes. But like I said, I appreciate you guys coming on and broadcasting this deal. It means a lot to us.
Well, thanks, Trevor. We will see you in 2 weeks.
See you, buddy. Thank you.
Well, Dustin Monmarquette now going to join us, our third place finisher tonight. And Dustin, it looked like on that final run there, you were a little bit faster than Trevor, and maybe he was holding you up. But was it hard to make a pass or set anything up when you had that one car of Alex McCollum kind of bearing down on you?
Yeah, it's always tough. Alex is so good, especially in the super late models. Like when you can keep a guy like that behind you, or at least try to, it's always tough. It feels really good. I honestly had no idea. This is actually my first official Super Series start, so to drive from 10th to 3rd and be right there with the leaders at the end, it's just honestly, I'm speechless.
But of course, it's a great run, Dustin. But was there any thought? I mean, we asked Trevor the same thing. You guys are all on the same team. And I just want to know, and be honest. It seemed for a moment that Trevor was kind of holding you up, and probably tires had gone away on Trevor's car at some point. All of you as well, but it looked like you had the possibility of making a move on Trevor. Did you ever think about making the move, being a teammate and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely trying to get a run on him and make a move there, but it's so hard to get a run, especially when you're so close on speed. And like you guys said, I had Alex right on my bumper, so I couldn't really adjust my line to try and get a nice, good run to get right there on Trevor. But nonetheless, like I can't believe that I'm sitting here talking to you guys right now.
Well, Dustin, I kind of wonder because you guys talked about the other guys talked about how many laps it takes to put together one of these setups. They said they ran thousands of laps, and I got to wonder coming into something like this because in the open setup world, everything's a little secretive. Nobody wants to share a whole lot of information. Do you realize how fast you are coming into a race like this, or is this kind of a shock to you at the end of the race that you guys kind of had the field covered?
I mean, like I said, this whole field is so good. Everyone's so close. Like half a tenth in qualifying could be 6 or 8 spots, even 10 spots some days. Like you just try and get as much as you can, get it so that it drives good, so you can drive it, and just yeah. Like honestly, you don't really know until you get in the session whereabouts you stand. But I just kind of try and get it so that it drives as good as I like it, and however the speed shakes out in the race, it is what it is, but at least I'm comfortable.
Well, Dustin, we've talked to you before, and it sounds like talking to you tonight, you're pretty surprised with yourself at this level, and how well you did tonight. Does this possibly shift your focus? Obviously, you were coming in tonight hoping for a good run, wanting to have a good run. Does it possibly shift the focus to the possibility that you might actually be able to get a win here and start thinking about that when you come into these races?
Honestly, this just getting into this series has just been so much work, so much preparation, so many laps for honestly since 2020, and I've got myself into some trouble before in the league, and I'm I'm so happy and thankful and just over the moon to be allowed to race against these guys every week now. So no, I mean. Yeah, it's definitely tough, but I'm just I try and give it all I can all the time, and hopefully get some more good runs like this. I definitely feel like we had winning speed, obviously, with my teammate Josh winning and Trevor and Brett finishing in the top 5 with me. That's really good sign for us and in general there. But no, I honestly don't even still know what to say.
Well, Dustin, before we close this thing out tonight, is there anybody that you want to thank, you want to shout out there? I see a couple names on the hood there. We'll give you a minute to thank everybody you need to thank.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to thank everyone at the shop, Trevor, Josh Cottle. Um, we work really hard on these setups, and we spent a lot of time just trying to get them absolutely perfect. And I'm glad it all finally paid off tonight, and we had a really good run, all of us. I got to thank RacerTees.com. He's been awesome. Sent me a lot of cool stuff. McConey Setup Shop, Team VLR. You guys for broadcasting this, and Matt Rolfe for putting on a great series with a crazy amount of competition.
Well, Dustin, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us, and we will let you enjoy the top three or the 1, 2, 3 finish you guys had tonight. But of course, work's gonna start because September 29th we're going to the bull ring. The race one wraps 175, and you guys are gonna have a lot of work to do to be just as fast that in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The work never stops. Honestly, we've already started a little bit on that. Just kind of got to wait for the official weather to come out and just get to work and get grinding on it and get it perfect.
Well, we can't wait to see you in 2 weeks at the bull ring. That's going to be a lot of fun. We know that's a really rough and tumble, tough short track. So can't wait to see you guys compete there. That's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Dustin, great job tonight.
Thank you.
Congrats, Dustin.
Thank you.
Well, Bill, that wraps it up for us tonight. Our first broadcast of the Sim Auto Racing Association Pierce Trailer Service Super Series, and man, that was fantastic. I don't think that race could have went any better than that.
I mean, it lived up to expectations, right, Jeff? This is the pinnacle of open setup super late model racing here on the iRacing service. I mean, this is where you find the best drivers and the best teams, and that's what we saw tonight. I mean, just great battling throughout the field. I mean, it was hard to even look, 15th on back because the show up front was so good. So that's what we expected, and I'm really excited that that's what we saw. I mean, that's really fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. It was so much fun watching this, and we got to thank everybody that hung out on Facebook and watched it with us on both the SARA page and ITZR. And of course, thank you to Matt Rolfe for setting this all up so that we could be a part of this and kind of work together with the two leagues in the series. And I mean, this is just going to build to bigger and better things for super late model racing on iRacing. I just can't wait for the future of what's to come and the level of competition that, having the support of multiple series like this working together could bring.
I like to call it synergy, Jeff. That's my word.
It's a great word for it. Synergy.
But yeah, super excited to be over here with Sim Auto Racing Association and bringing this to the masses and putting it on their Facebook page so everybody can watch. It's on YouTube, and we'll continue to do this all season. I cannot wait as the points tallies come out, and we'll share them as well. I mean, it's very exciting for time for super late model racing on the iRacing service, and man, we have another few months of doing this, Jeff. So I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, absolutely. We cannot wait. Thank you once again to Pierce Fleet Services, a sponsor of the Thursday Night Super Series, Matthew Designs, TMS, Toxic Media Solutions, International Short Track Association, Jeff By Jr. Art, and of course the LaDuke-Matthews racing team that put on this event, the LaDuke-Matthews Racing 75. Next week, the race one wraps 175 from the bull ring. That'll be coming at you Thursday, September 29th. So in 2 weeks from now, we will be back in action broadcasting this series live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on our Twitch. We will see you there.